Okay.
นั่งดูด้วย
Now we are live, so we're gonna pay respect to the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha first. นะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะสาธุ Hello everyone, near and far. Today we have the topic of the simile of heartwood. Okay, from the Majjhima Nikaya number 29. But before we proceed on that topic, I would like to attach the Facebook link from where I stay now. It's called Mahawana Tutkangka. So you can, maybe in the future, I plan to do more Dhamma teaching in English once a week for the Buddhist Insight and Empty Cloud, right? Like every Thursday. And yeah, in the future, one more English Dhamma talk in Mahawana Tuthangka. That website, no, not website, that Facebook page. So you can, maybe listen more to the Dhamma talk. And also I have attached the links for today, the Simile of Heartwood. But this one is the greater discourse on the Simile of Heartwood. Hang on, I have to. Mahasaropama Sutta. Mahasaropama Sutta. From Majjhima Nikaya number 29. Okay. Hello, Yankee Apple. Hi, Pumika from New Jersey. Hi, Greg. Hi, Kim Gordon from Maine. Okay, now let's start. This is, the discourse on this, the simile of heartwood. Actually, if we, sum up the point of this discourse is about benefits in Buddhism. The benefit in Buddhism that the Buddha used the simile to the heartwood. So now today we're going to learn about the benefits in Buddhism. Here in this discourse, in this sutra, we're going to listen about the leaves and branches, the outer bark, inner bark, soft wood or sapwood, and then the hardwood. So here, from the tree, the Buddha used the simile with the tree. The tree, leaves and branches, bark, sapwood, hardwood, they all have benefits, right? For the leaves, you can use the leaves and branches to make like a hut or a shelter from the sun, from the rain, etc. For the bark, you can use it as the medicine in some countries, and also for like a softwood, you can make the furniture out of it, and hardwood as well. But hardwood is like the core, the essence, the the core, like the strongest part of the tree that can use like various purposes. So in this discourse, the Buddha gonna, you're gonna hear this word: hardwood, softwood, inner bark, outer bark, leaves and branches. Starting from the origin, the where it all began. Thus I have heard, this is from the Ananta Thera. Thus I have heard, on one occasion, the Blessed One was dwelling at Vulture Peak Mountain, not long after departure of Tevatatta. There, in reference to Tevatatta, the Blessed One addressed the monk. So now we know, like, before the Buddha talked about this discourse, he talked in reference to Tevatatta. Tevatatta is the one who come to the Dhamma and discipline, right? To come to renunciation, but he take the benefit out of the Buddha's teaching, but lead it to the wrong way. So he end up, to the wrong path. So this discourse, the Buddha talked in regard to the Tevatatta and also people like him. So now I'm going to read through the first part of the discourse so you can, see in the links provided. Monks, here some gentleman, based on faith, has left behind lay life and become a monastic renunciant, thinking, I am caught in birth, decay, or sickness, death, sorrow, grief, pain, depression, and anguish, caught in suffering and enveloped by suffering. Perhaps a way to put an end to this whole heap of suffering can be discerned. When he has become a renunciant in this way, wealth, respect, and fame appear. He is satisfied with wealth, respect, and fame, and it completely fills his thought. Because of the wealth, respect, and fame, he praises himself and disparages others, saying, I have wealth, respect, and fame, but these other monks are not well known and have little influence. Intoxicated by that wealth, respect, and fame, he becomes negligent and heedless. Being negligent, he dwells in suffering. So we're going to talk about the first one, the branches and the leaves here. So what we have heard, in short, that gentleman, that person mistook branches and leaves for hardwood. Just like the Buddha said, just like just as if a person who needed hardwood, was seeking hardwood, and was wandering in search of hardwood, came to a large stable tree that had hardwood. Okay, that tree had hardwood. He would bypass its hardwood. Bypass its hardwood, its softwood, inner bark, outer bark. He cut off its branches and leaves and departed, thinking it was hardwood, because he does not know what the real hardwood is, right? And then a person with eyes would see this and say, this person does not know what hardwood is, what softwood, inner bark, outer bark, what leaves and branches are. This person needed hardwood, was seeking hardwood, and was wandering in search of hardwood, and came to a large stable tree that had hardwood. He bypassed the hardwood, softwood, inner bark, outer bark. He cut off its branches and leaves and departed, thinking it is hardwood. Whatever he is planning to do that requires hardwood will not be successful. Monk, in the same way, here some gentlemen. Oh, this is like the first one. This is the first one about branches and hardwood. The Buddha, placed an importance here. That person intoxicated by that wealth, respect, and fame, he becomes negligent and heedless. Being negligent, he dwells in suffering. This is called a monk who has taken the branches and leaves of the spiritual life. He has ended with that. Here, it means that for someone, like for someone, like here, like the monastic people, monastic renunciant, at first we have good intention. Okay, we're gonna come to be the monastic, to live the monastic life. Why? because we feel like, oh, I'm caught up in birth and sickness and death and sorrow, depression, all the suffering comes, and you know I try to find the way to end the suffering. People come to the Buddhism in search of the end of suffering with the faith, with the belief. But once he comes to be the monastic renunciant, he get the first benefit of Buddhism, which is wealth, respect, and fame. It comes naturally. It's undeniable. For example, if you become like the bhikkhu, the bhikkhuni, samanera, samaneri, people gonna pay respect to you. One day that you ordain as a monk, your parents have to pay respect for you. Your friends have to pay respect to you, and then you people that you normally just like hit head and then just talk like your best friend for so long, or even your boss, someone like on top of you, like had more power than you. They have to pay respect to you. So this is like the respect that like a benefit in Buddhism. Once you become the monastic renunciant, and also if you practice well, and then you have like the fame, you have all the wealth, people gonna come and donate money, donate like things without asking, something like that. So if that person, at first they have the faith, like the pure faith to lead the life, to end the suffering. But when facing with wealth, respect, and fame, he is satisfied with that, with them, with those. And without the proper contemplation, without the wisdom, without mindfulness, that person will be intoxicated by the wealth, respect, and fame. Once intoxicated, he becomes negligent and heedless. They don't know about the danger of the wealth. Wealth, respect, and fame, the Buddha said, is like the dangerous things in once you become the monastic renunciant, because it's gonna lure you to out of the way leading to the cessation. It's gonna trap you into the same cycle of rebirth and so on. So once intoxicated by the wealth, respect, and fame, which is considered the first benefit, that is that has the simile of branches and leaves, he dwells in suffering still. So this is the first one. Next one. This is the outer bark. It's just the same thing. This is kind of long discourse, so you can read through, but here I'm gonna like summarize to you. Monk. In the same way, here some gentleman based on faith has left behind lay life and become monastic renunciant. When he has become a renunciant in this way, wealth, respect, and fame appear. He is satisfied with the wealth, respect, and fame. Oh, sorry. He is not. Hang on, I think I lost it. Where is it now? He is not satisfied with wealth, respect, and fame, and it does not fill his thoughts. He does not press himself that like I have wealth, respect, and fame, but you don't, something like that. However, when he does not become negligent or heedless because of the wealth, respect, and fame, he attained perfect morality. he attained perfect precept, morality. He is satisfied with the perfection of morality. Because of that perfection of morality, he praises himself and disparages others, saying, I am moral and innately good, but these other monks are immoral and innately evil. Intoxicated by that perfection of morality, he becomes negligent and heedless. Being negligent, he dwells in suffering. It's just like as if, the Buddha said, just as if a person who needed hardwood was seeking hardwood and was wandering in search of hardwood, and then came to a large stable tree that had hardwood. He would bypass its hardwood, its softwood, its inner bark. He would cut off its outer bark and depart, thinking it is hardwood. Whatever he is planning to do that requires hardwood will not be successful. In the same way here, some gentlemen, intoxicated by that perfection of morality, he becomes negligent and heedless. Being negligent, he dwells in suffering. This is called a monk who has taken the outer bark of the spiritual life. He has ended with that. Just like some people, some monastic renunciant. Here we're gonna, like the Buddha focus on the monastic renunciant. Some people come to Buddhism in search of the end of suffering, with faith to end the suffering. But once he come to the Buddhism, he managed to overcome the first benefit of Buddhism, which is wealth, respect, and fame. He can overcome that. He is mindful with the wealth that arises, with the fame, and with the respect that he gets. However, when he overcome the first step, he caught in the perfection of morality. What is it? Just like, oh, I have pure precept. I have the perfection of morality. I am better than you. I have more precepts than you. My precept is purer than you, something like that. So people who has that kind of notion of belief, this is called a monk who has taken just the outer bark, the second benefit of the spiritual life, and ended with that. Some people just, reach to the morality and then that's it. Cannot move on to the next stage, cannot move on to the next benefit in Buddhism. Next is the inner bark. Inner bark, the third one. He is satisfied, he can overcome the first benefit, wealth, respect, and fame, can overcome the second benefit, the perfection of morality. He can, keep the precept, practice to have the higher morality, but does not caught into that morality. However, once he reached the perfection of concentration, once he can reach like the meditative state of mind, the concentration, because of that perfection of concentration, he praises himself and disparages others, saying, I am concentrated with a unified mind, but these other monks are unconcentrated and scatter-minded. Intoxicated by that perfection of concentration, he becomes negligent and heedless. Being negligent, he dwells in suffering still. He is just like the one who tried to search for the hardwood, but bypassed its hardwood and its softwood. He would cut off its inner bark and depart, thinking it is hardwood. He think that this is just like the core, the essence, like what is the most significance of the tree, something like that. here. This is called a monk who has taken the inner bark of the spiritual life. He has ended with that. So this is the next step. Some people can overcome wealth, respect, and fame. These things cannot lure that person to be stuck, you know, and then like get destroyed in the Buddhism. Some people, some bhikkhu and bhikkhuni here in Thailand, when they ordain and they receive a lot of money, and some people, use the money, and then eventually they had to disrobe because he did something like bad, like illegal, something like that. So because of the wealth, the fame, and the respect, he just end the life in Buddhism just like that. Just the first step. But someone can, pass the wealth, reach to the second benefit, which is the morality. He can keep the precept. He can have like the high morality, the pure morality. However, or maybe some people can overcome that and then reach to the concentration, which is another step, another benefit in Buddhism. However, he was caught up in the concentration, in the notion that I can have the, shana state of mind. I can sit still for a long, long time. I have the concentrated mind. I have the one-pointedness of mind. I am better than you, something like that. So that person caught up in, concentration cannot move further from that. And he just end just like that. He cannot reach the ultimate goal in Buddhism because he thinks that concentration is the ultimate goal in Buddhism, which is not correct. Many people nowadays think that if I have a concentrated mind, if I can sit for a long time, if I have jhana, if I'm an expert in meditation, in concentration, this is like I'm going to be like the most successful in Buddhism, but it's not correct. Meditation, concentration, to have one-pointedness of mind is not the core, the essence, or not the most significant in Buddhism. So if you reach the concentration, you just reach the inner bark, not even the sapwood or the softwood. Next, the sapwood or softwood. Here you can make furniture out of it, right? So it's more important, more significant, more benefit. Here, just like what the Buddha said. Okay, you can overcome the wealth, respect, and fame. You can overcome the perfection of morality. You can overcome the perfection of concentration and being vigilant. He attains knowledge and vision. Here, the knowledge and vision refer to like the divine eye, or when you know more than other people. And then he is satisfied with that knowledge and vision, and it fills his thoughts. Because of that knowledge and vision, he praises himself and disparages others, saying, I know and I see. But these other monks live unknowingly and unseeing. Intoxicated by that knowledge and vision, he becomes negligent and heedless. Being negligent, he dwells in suffering. Some monastic renunciant, some people can attain like the psychic power. He can attain like divine eye, divine ear. He had more knowledge and vision. He can see things that people no ordinary people cannot see. He can listen to something that far away. He can see the past life. he can attain like many spiritual power. But if you get stuck in that notion of having, possessing the power, the knowledge, the vision, that the vision is mine, I have the vision, the knowledge is mine, I have the knowledge. If you have that self, so you get caught, you get stuck in that stage, and still you're gonna dwell in suffering. You're gonna have the suffering because why? Negligent and heedless. You don't know that it's just not self. It's just something that it's just like here, like I don't know in Western country, but here in like the Eastern country, especially in Thailand where I stay, there are some monastic renunciant who have like more spiritual power. He can, like just written in the book because these monks have passed away a long time ago. The monks cannot tell openly to the lay people that I have psychic power. I can know, I can see. No, they cannot tell you that. The Buddha does not permit the monastic people to tell about the, power, the ability to lay people. But monastic people can tell the ability to another monastic people. So they can tell and then they write, and then the lay people gonna, get the book and then distribute when that monk die. So we know that that monk, he attained this and that. So some monk, when he attained, he can, overcome that notion of I have the power and then reach the arahantship. But some people have, the notion of I have the vision and get caught, get stuck into that pride, into that conceit. So still just the anakhami, like the non-returner, but not arahantship, for example. Here we have like the story in the Tipitaka, in the Sutta, but I didn't remember the name. But there's a story that, like there's one monk here in the Sutta, right? There's one monk who, like practiced alone in the forest up in the mountain. And he think like, I think I reached the Nibbana. I reached the Nirvana. I have no kilesa. He thinks like that. But another arahant, another one who attained arahantship, that guy, that arahant know that actually this person does not, reach the nirvana. He just like the non-returner, the anakhami, because he still have the conceit, the pride. The pride can be 100%, can be totally diminished with the arahantship only. So that arahant know that, this one not arahant yet. So he come and then, with the test, with the something, and then this person, now I get it. I'm not the arahant yet because I still have the pride, just like in this one. Some people, when they have like the knowledge, when they have the vision, and they think like, maybe I am the arahant. I have the knowledge, I have the vision, something like that, and becomes negligent and heedless. Still not arahant. Okay, so you have to be reborn again. He would bypass its hard wood. He would cut off its soft wood and depart. So knowledge and vision, psychic power, spiritual power, more power than ability than other person. It's just the soft wood, but not the most significant part in Buddhism. The last one, the hardwood, the most significant, the essence, the core of Buddhism. What is it? When he has become a renunciant in this way, not intoxicated by wealth, respect, and fame, not intoxicated by the perfection of morality, not intoxicated by the perfection of concentration, not intoxicated by knowledge and vision. He does not become negligent or heedless. Being vigilant, he attains timeless liberation. He attains the liberation. As if a person who needed hardwood was seeking hardwood and was wandering in search of hardwood, came to a large, stable tree that had hardwood, he would cut off its hardwood and depart, knowing it is hardwood. The benefit of the spiritual life is not wealth, respect, and fame, not the perfection of morality, not the perfection of concentration, not knowledge and vision. It is the unshakable mental liberation. This is the goal of the spiritual life. This is its hardwood. So here, now you know the benefit, the core, the essence of the spiritual life, of the renunciation of Buddhism. When we don't know about this, we're gonna end up like a Tevatatta, because this discourse, the Buddha taught in reference to Tevatatta. Tevatatta, or maybe just someone like him, came to the Buddhism, came to Dhamma and discipline because they had faith, they had like a pure intention to be out of the samsara, to end the suffering. Like no more sickness, no more rebirth, no more sorrow, no more depression. I want the end of suffering. So they come to seek the help in Buddhism. However, when they gain the benefit, just like this picture, just like the Buddha's teaching, this is like the tree. People gonna come and take shelter, take benefit out of the tree. But someone, when they see the tree, they mistake the branches and leaves as the hardwood, as like the most significant thing. Take the branches and leaf, just like take the wealth, the respect, and fame. This is like the first one. Just like the someone we see a lot nowadays, that this robe because of wealth, this robe because of fame, lure by the wealth, and then eventually this robe. But some people can overcome the misconception of the essence of Buddhism. He can overcome the wealth, respect, and fame, think of it as a danger, but caught up in morality. Oh, I have more precepts than you. I have more moral than you. You not moral, you evil. I am good person. And they just caught up in the perfection of morality. Cannot move forward from that. So it's just like someone who take the outer bark. However, some people can, overcome the perfection of morality, but caught up in the concentration. I wish to meditate for 1 hour. I wish to have the concentrated mind. I wish to have the stable stillness, one-pointedness of mind, but does not, move forward to the next benefit, which is wisdom. So the person who gets stuck in concentration or meditation, just the inner bark, it is good, it is important. You can make medicine out of it. You can cure the disease, but it's not the essence, not the most significance. But some people can, overcome, don't get caught in concentration, have the knowledge, have the vision, but still have the pride in it. You know, I have knowledge, I have vision. You don't have knowledge. You live, without the ability, but I have more ability than you, something like that. So it's just you take just the softwood. You can make furniture out of it. It's useful, but not the most significant because you still have the suffering, not the end, not the goal, not the destination that the Buddha said. But if we can get the right liberation, if we can reach the heartwood, which is the liberation, that is the essence, liberate from what? Liberate from hatred, desire, or greed. Be liberated from delusion, ignorance, or not knowing what is the truth or what is you know the false or something like that. So whatever you do in Buddhism, just keep this in mind, that the essence of Buddhism is the liberation of all kilesa, of all defilements, of all like the unwholesome qualities or even wholesome qualities. We're going to talk that later. Here in Paharata Sutra, the Buddha said, this Dhamma and discipline has one test, the test of liberation. This is an astounding quality that the bhikkhu see in this Dhamma and discipline. We have only one test, only. This is the test of liberation. Just like the ocean has only one test, salty. Here in Dhamma and discipline, we have only one test, the test of liberation. Whatever you do, you have to keep in mind that the right liberation is the ultimate goal. The liberation, vimutti in Pali, is the same thing as nirvana. Nirvana, nibbana, is the liberation, is to be free from defilements, hatred, greed, and delusion. And that I mentioned about, to be free from unwholesome qualities as well as wholesome qualities. Why? Because here the Buddha said in Majjhima Nikaya, I think, Sapphe Dhamma Nalam Apinivesaya, he is very, very famous. If we're going to put together the whole here in one, I think in Jula Tanha Sutra, I think there's one lay person ask the Buddha that, if you can just sum up just only one, for me, just only one, can you tell me what I should learn, what I should follow? And then the Buddha said, Sapphe Dhamma Nalang Apinivesaya. Sapphe Dhamma means all things. Nalang should not be. Apinivesaya, to be clung to. Nothing whatsoever should be clung to. If you clung to unwholesome qualities, you're going to do bad deeds, bad actions, and end up to the bad destinations. If you do wholesome qualities, you're going to be reborn in heaven realm, Brahma realm, or as human still. So if you follow the Noble Eightfold Path, it actually consider not black, not white, but the path that is pure, that gonna lead you to the end of suffering. So here, wealth, respect, and fame should not be clung to. Morality should not be clung to. Concentration should not be clung to. Wisdom should not be clung to. Nothing whatsoever should be clung to because of the pride, because of the self. If you can get rid of the self, the misconception of the self, but you see things as they really are, it's just the elements, it's just the five aggregates, it's just something that comes together, arise and cease, arise and disappear. If you see like that, you won't cling on to anything, but you live your life with the right wisdom that nothing should be clung to. Why? Because we cannot cling to things that arise and cease, arise and cease. You cannot cling to that anyway, so why should you cling on to that? Something like that. And so this is like the essence of Buddhism: liberation, free from here, conceit and pride. This is the most, the hardest, people who can abandon, get rid of the conceit of pride is only Arahant. If you reach the Arahantship, you can get rid of the pride. The pride has 9 levels. Being superior. When you're superior than someone else, you think I'm better. When you're superior to someone else, you think I'm equal. This is like the wrong view. Being superior to others, you think I'm worse than him. I'm worse than them. So this is like the wrong view as well. Being equal to others, you think I am better. Wrong view. Being equal, you think I am equal. Yeah, you think right, but it's just still the pride. You are equal to other and you think I'm worse than that person. Wrong. Being inferior to others, you think I am better. Wrong. Being inferior to other, you think I'm equal. Wrong view. Being inferior, you think I'm worse. Actually, you see it right, but it's still the pride. You still think of yourself as I am. You still have the notion of self, so it's still considered the conceit, the pride. The only people only group of people that can, get rid of the pride is the arahantship. So it's normal even for the anakhami, the non-returner, to have the pride. So when you can don't cling on to anything, the self, the pride, the my knowledge, my vision, things like that, then you can reach the right liberation, which is the arahantship or the nirvana. Okay? I hope you understand this sutra. Dhamma learner said, "Thank you, Ayya, for bringing up not to get caught up in meditation only. I seem to be put more effort in meditation than studying the sutra. Things have to be in balance, like, the function of it. The function of precepts or morality is for the mind not to be disturbed by, fear, by many thoughts. For example, if you break the precept, just like if you steal someone's belongings, you steal the wallet, and no, not the wallet. When you tell lie to other person, when you tell lie, you're not gonna act the same, right? You have to keep the story straight in your mind. Don't forget, this is the story, this is the story. Don't forget, don't get caught or something like that. Then the mind is disturbed. It's not normal. You're gonna live with fear. They're gonna know it or not, So to keep precepts is to just have the fence around you, to make the mind just normal, no fear, confident that I've done nothing wrong. I'm okay. When you feel stable, not fear, normal, in normal state because of the precept, then you gonna have the like happiness, sukha, happiness. The sukha is the close factor, like the closing factor, like the factor to reach the meditation. Where if you notice, when you have the pain in your body, when you still have the pain in your body, painful feeling, it's hard to reach the meditative state of mind, in comparison to if everything just so fine, I'm so happy, my body is good, healthy, and when you sit without wanting anything to happen, to occur, the shana, that state, blah blah blah, if you just be natural and then be happy, you will reach the meditative state of mind. It's just like that. So the morality, the precept, is the basis for you to reach the meditative state of mind, the one-pointedness of mind, concentration. The concentration has benefit as well. Why? Because if you have one-pointedness of mind and then the wisdom, you will see the feeling arise and cease. You will see the memory arise and cease. You will see the thoughts arise and cease, because you have one-pointedness of mind. So the concentration or meditation has its own benefit as well. But just keep in mind that it's good for the wisdom. But the wisdom is good for what? Good for have the right liberation. So each one of them has its own function. Sila, morality; Samadhi, meditation; Panya, wisdom; and then the last one, liberation, vimutti. Okay, and then we're gonna answer the question. Hi, JM Boyet, right? If you remember me, I'm happy now. I'm happy now because of your advice. Thank you. I'm grateful for you. Namalena said, good morning, Ayya from New York, and to everyone joining in today's talk, all be well and safe. Niran Shan says, Satu Satu from Nepal, Buddha's birthplace. Hello, Jim McCarty. Greetings from Ireland. Hello, Maria. Hello, Karuna. Good morning. Hello, Suth. Suth asks, Dear Ayya, is this teaching of not clinging to even wholesome notions not applicable for beginners who are trying to eliminate the first 5 getters? Since in Samadhi Sutta it is said right view is developing what is wholesome and letting go of unwholesome. So I guess there is some clinging to wholesome for an ordinary layperson like the most of us. Good question. Thank you, Suth. Imagine this is this shore. This is another shore, right? Here is the river. If you want to reach from this shore to this shore to across the river, you need to find something in the sutra. There's one sutra, the Buddha said. Then you should make your own pair. What does it mean? Pair in Thai. Not the boat. Hang on, I'm gonna find the raft. You're gonna have to build the raft, right? In order to get across to another shore. The raft is just like the tool. Once you reach another shore, then How? Will you carry on the raft and walk, to the land? No. When you have to build the raft first, you have to use the right effort, keep on, keep on, keep on, keep on until you reach another shore. And then you need to leave the raft here, not carrying the raft, on land. Just like that. Now, we talk about the right liberation, like nothing should be clung to. It's just like here in this stage. So for you, lay people, and even for me, we just here in this process. First, we need to we have faith. We have faith in the Buddha, have faith in his teachings, have faith in the noble disciple, and then we try to cultivate wholesome qualities, abandon unwholesome qualities, and then try to follow the noble eightfold path. We need to listen more to the teachings in order to have the wisdom. Once you have the wisdom, which is the right view, the first in the noble eightfold path is the wisdom. But the right view and here the right wisdom and the right liberation is another, it's not the same level of wisdom. Right view, wisdom, right wisdom is the wisdom, but another level, not like a different level. But here, first we have to have the right view. Oh, this is wholesome, this is unwholesome. Cultivate wholesome, abandon unwholesome. So we have to build this first. From right view, right thought, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, right concentration. We build the raft, just like the Noble Eightfold Path. We cultivate, first. Once you reach to another shore, then you cannot carry on to anything because it just arises and ceases, and after that then right liberation. So now for you and me, we still have to develop what is wholesome and let it go of unwholesome. First, it's just like to build the raft, build the boat, to find something, because we so used to unwholesome qualities, right? We so used to being angry, we so used to cling on to something, we still used to the ignorance, the heedless, mindless, something like that. So how, in order to let go of unwholesome, we have to cultivate wholesome instead, because it's just like the same thing. If, how can I say, the mind, the citta, right, and the mental factor, it's just like the anger, hatred, delusion, or even wisdom, faith, it's just something that come. This is from Abhidhamma. How can I say, it's how can I say in English? But like mind and the mental factor is not the same thing. The mind and the wisdom, not the same thing. Mind and faith, not the same thing. Mind and anger, not the same thing. But just something that come and then stay, arise and cease at the same time. This is called Jit and Cetasika. Just come and cease at the same time. It's not you, it's not me. But how can we protect the mind from unwholesome qualities? Because wholesome and unwholesome cannot occur at the same time. You cannot have faith in the Buddha at the same time as anger or doubt. No, it's not possible. You cannot have the wisdom with the ignorance at the same time. It's not possible. You cannot have greed, desire with loving kindness at the same time. No, it's not possible. You think, oh, I think I can have loving kindness with greed, with desire. That is not called loving kindness. It's called lust. So it's not the same thing. Wholesome and unwholesome cannot occur at the same time. So if you want to have wholesome, if you want the wholesome qualities to arise with the mind, you have to keep on, cultivate the wholesome qualities. And by doing that, you abandon unwholesome qualities. I hope you understand. Yeah, so here in this sutra, we talk about the essence of the Buddhism, right? Which is the liberation. And eventually, sapphe dhamma nalang abhinivesaya, you cannot cling on to anything. But for now you know the destination. But for now, we still have to, cultivate wholesome qualities. Because when you cultivate wholesome qualities, it means you abandon unwholesome qualities. Sut asks, so in angry mind is arising at the same independence to anger, so they arise and cease at the same time. Actually, the mind, and this is from Abhidhamma, the mind, citta, when it arises, it gonna have the mental factor. I think it's the mental factor, yeah, which is the feeling, thought, the volitional formation, and the memory arising together and cease together. So it's just like this all the time, but you cannot see it because just one clap, just one sound, the mind arises and cease 17 moments. This is called khana citta. The mind arising and ceasing as well, yes, but it's just like the electricity. Now you see that it's not dark, right? Now you can see me, right? But actually the power, it's not just like the line, just like it's just like, right? It's just like when people, I don't know how to say, but the mind arises and ceases at the same time, all the time. Even when you sleep, the mind is still arise and cease still. This is called Jit and Cetasika. You can search Abhidhamma, Jit and Cetasika. It arises and then ceases together all the time. So even the mind is not you, even the mind is not self. You can see when the mind is not self in meditative state of mind. For example, when the mind is stable, calm, and when people call you like, come here, now you have to get out of meditation, now you have to go and work. When you try to get out of meditative state of mind, but the mind won't let, the mind just want to, be in the shana state or something like that, then you realize the mind is not you, the mind is not self. You cannot control the mind. You cannot control the mind to be stable. You cannot control the mind to have the wholesome quality all the time. You cannot. It's just something that you cannot control. It's not self. So yeah, the mind is arising and ceasing even in your sleep. When you die, the mind, out of this body, and then if you're not arahant, born again, and the mind just arise and cease, arise and cease, arise and cease all the time. But it's not just like nothingness. Oh, arise and cease all the time, so nothingness. No, it's not like that. It's just like when you have the seed of mango, when you eat mango and still have the seed, right? And then you plant the seed in the ground. You plant the seed in the ground. And then once, like a mango tree, and then you have another mango from that seed. So the mind is just, it has it's not the same mind, but the mind has an ability to store things in the past. So some people can, remember the past life. This mind and the past life mind is not the same, but has the connection because it's from the same source. Just like you plant the mango seed, and then you can have the mango here. Not the same, but from the source. So when you cultivate like the shana or the meditative state of mind in the past, in this life you can, if you reach that state, you can have like your like past ability as well. Okay, I hope you understand. If you want to learn more about this, you can learn in Abhidhamma. And then you know that, oh, actually there's nothing. It just arise and cease, arise and cease, arise and cease. Okay. So said, thank you for this wonderful gift of Dharma. So Ayya, is it true if we say the past is just a memory arising in the present, dependent on my moments in the present? Hang on. Is it true if we say the past is just a memory arising in the present, dependent on my moments in the present? The past now, the my moment in the present, right? So the past is just the memory. It can be the memory. Yeah, memory. Yeah, you can say that. The past is just a memory arising because, here, when we want to know something, we can have Sankhata Dhamma and Asankhata Dhamma. Sankhata Dhamma is the five aggregates. Asankhata is nirvana. So everything apart from nirvana is all can be in the category of five aggregates. So if you want to know like, oh, which one is it? Use the five aggregates. The form, rupa khanto, vedana khanto, feeling, sanya khanto, memory, sankhara khanto, thought, volitional formation, and vinyana khanto, the mind. If you want to learn anything, so use the five of this. Oh, mind, citta, here. Rupa, the form, another thing. So we have feeling, memory, volitional formation, or the thought. So it's just like this. Just like when they say like all the whole thing, whole universe just have the rupa, the form, and the nama, rupa and nama. Rupa, the first one, feeling, volitional formation, thought, mind, nama, not form. So the past, not the rupa, right? Not the mind, not the feeling, not the not the feeling, not the volitional formation. So I think it's like memory. Yeah, I think it's memory. Okay. Hello, Usha. So I hope you learn something that can, yeah, you can take benefit from Buddhism. Now we learn that people come to Buddhism just want to take benefit, want to take shelter, but we have to know what is the essence, what is the core, which is the liberation. So whatever you do, when you keep precepts, when you practice meditation, when you learn new things, everything have to lead you to liberation. Cultivate wholesome qualities, but don't think of it as my wholesome qualities, my loving kindness, my goodness, something like that. And you're gonna live with happiness. Okay? I hope this is time for today's session. Let's say Sadhu 3 times together. Sadhu, 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 Anumodhami. I hope you all be safe and be well and be happy in the teachings of the Blessed One. And may we all reach the right liberation. Until reaching the right liberation, may we all cultivate, have the right view, right thought, right speech, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, right concentration. So we have the right wisdom and then eventually right liberation. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Bhumika. Our teachings are like heaven. Thank you, Ayya. Good reminder not to get distracted. Thank you for excellent talk. Thank you, Greg. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Mindless Mind. Thank you, Jim Mikari. Thank you, Bhumika. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day, everyone. Sadhu.